Hi, I'm Jay from Ohio Powertool. Today we're looking at the Rigid Sea Snake Micro. This is the new second generation version of the Micro. It comes in two options, two available sizes for the camera head. This is a 9.5 millimeter. There's also a 17 millimeter. A couple different features that are new with the second generation. Previous model, the controls were on the top. Now they're on the where your thumb is, so it's really easy to use. You can increase, decrease the light right there, and then the power on and off. Another nice feature with the second generation is that there's a video out, so you can actually hook this up to a laptop or a TV or DVDs, VCRs, however you want to record. When we look at the micros, you can also look at the Micro Explorer. And we can kind of compare the two. With the Micro Explorer, you're obviously getting a much larger screen. Okay, the resolution on this one is actually 320 by 240, so it's much higher. This is 160 by 234. So, I mean, if you really want a good image, I mean, this is definitely the way to go. Some of the advantages: it has self-leveling, so when you're looking at a picture and then you change it, it's always going to stay level. This also has 4 lights on it versus the Micro that has 1 or 2. Also, with the Micro on the side, you can see that there's expansion slots. You can actually capture the video, whereas with the Micro you can use the video out to capture, but it's all built in, and it takes regular SD cards. It also has ability to put a mic on so that you can talk about what you're actually seeing. Another nice advantage is that there's an expansion slot for future upgrades, and they could do things, different imaging kind of technologies that they might want to add later on this year or next year. I think this model is definitely going to stick around for a while. You're not going to see many changes to the base model. You're going to get just expansion slots, so it'll continuously upgrade. You can capture video at 320 by 240 with the Explorer, and you can also take still images up to 1 megapixel. Second generation Micro, there's two different versions. There's the 9.5 millimeter version, and then there's the 17 millimeter version. The 9.5 millimeter version is a little bit more expensive because the head itself is actually a little bit more expensive. So it's $251. The 17 millimeter head is $223. Now, for most applications, you're going to be good either way. It's just the advantages of the smaller 9.5 millimeter head. If you're looking into, you can actually look into an engine. With the head itself, you can actually, like I had mentioned before, you can actually buy it separately, and you can actually use this head, the 9.5 millimeter head, with the Explorer or with older versions of the Micro. You can just purchase that separately. This is the on here. There's a control for the light, so when you're in a dark pipe or something, definitely has a lot of light. Even with the 9.5 millimeter, which only has the single light, versus the 17 millimeter, which has 2 lights, I mean, you're really going to get a really clear image no matter what. The second generation Micro is actually the only one that has the video out feature. You can't do video out with the Explorer. You can only capture the video on the SD cards. So if you really needed to get an external video like this and hook it up to something else, this really wouldn't be a bad way to go. So when looking at the two side by side, you're going to see some immediate differences. The Micro obviously has a much smaller screen. The Explorer, much larger screen, higher resolution, able to capture video, able to capture still. The Micro does have the advantage of being able to do video out, which is could be a big advantage. It might not be that important to you, but in certain situations it could be a big advantage. Price difference, obviously, you're going to be at $223 or $251 with the Micro versus $690 with the Explorer. So, you know, those advantages, those features definitely come with a price.